Good evening. Excuse me. Good evening, friends in the YTPC. I start filming and then my voice goes like this. Anyway, I think it's time to do a GAW, yo. I don't know what this is. I have no idea. I'm really not that cool, so like I pretend. But I think it's time to do a GAW, which I understand to be a giveaway. Anyway, before we get into that, because I'm going to ask for some, or maybe I won't ask, I'm going to like look through some GAW videos and see like the way to do it. So we'll revisit that in a second. Right now, it's been a while. It's been a year since I smoked the J Barber B Line pipe. This is a really excellent pipe. It's got that quality to it of an Alpha Dunhill pipe. But word on the street is, some people speculate that the Barber B Line is Dunhill seconds. All I can say is it's got that kind of feel to it of a high grade Ashton or a Dunhill. I've not held or looked at really closely a what do you call them, Castello. I would like a Castello C-Rock, but anyway, I digress. So I wasn't smoking this for a year. Why? Because initially the stem was pretty loose, and then after smoking it a few times, and I put some jojoba oil on the vulcanite stem, including the inside bit, whatever you call that piece. I don't know if it's called the tenon, but anyway. And then it started sticking, and then it started getting something expanded in the wood, maybe from that oil, and I couldn't smoke it because I couldn't get the bit in or out. So finally I just took some like 600 grit sandpaper, because the inside part of the stem here is pretty thick, and I was going to originally sand a little bit on the inside of the wood, but I decided just to do it on the bit, and just went outside a few times, and it wasn't loose, it wasn't overly tight. I sanded it in moderation, and then it worked fine. Of course, it's heated up now, so it's stuck in there. So I'm going to see how that goes. I may sand it one or two more times. But anyway, that's a great smoke, and it never really got fully broken in, to be honest. And because it's kind of got a robustness to this pipe, I don't know why, it just seemed like it worked well. It somehow didn't seem as porous as certain others. But anyway, whatever the reason was, I kind of dedicated it to more English blends. And I'll tell you when I'm smoking in it now. I'll show you. Here's my humidor. So I'm smoking in it this Irish Dew. Oh, where is it? Irish Dew from Peterson's. It's not a tobacco I'd normally buy, but I haven't ordered any online yet. Ooh, deep breath. It smells like good quality tobacco. I like it. It's not a very dry smoke, even after drying it out, because it's an aromatic, kind of. But it tastes like there's some good quality tobaccos in there. It wouldn't be a go-to or a daily, and it doesn't get great reviews, to be honest, on tobaccoreviews.com. But I bought it from Jerry's, local place, and I'm enjoying it. So yeah, so I'm going to do a GAW. I think it's about time, especially as I'm posting videos again. I'm going to have to do a little research to see what. Oh, I would show you as well my old pipe tool that I got. That they gave me for free when I bought some things at the J Barber store in Otley, England. The end came off, so I can't tamper with it anymore. And in fact, it's come off before, and I kind of hammered it back on, but I was walking, and I dropped it a couple of times, and it fell off, and I couldn't find the end of it. So I found this old pipe tool, which these are the cheap ones, but reliable. They work great anyway. So. But that was they gave me that at the J Barber store in Otley. which I just found out actually on my last trip to England that they have moved, or they were in the process of moving. They're moving out of Otley, which is a small old pub town that doesn't really do much business commercially, and they were in the process of moving when I was back in the country to Harrogate, which is a bigger town and has a lot more business and a lot more people spending money. So I think that was the motivation there. So anyway, and they were also like refocusing on being a traditional tobacconist, because they expanded their store in Otley for a couple of years, where they were selling all sorts of like knickknacks and nice knickknacks, don't get me wrong, but things like even like cow hides, like as like floor rugs, and you know, also like flasks and notebooks and things for your house, like household, like nice household like ornaments and stuff. And in Otley, of course, that they've got a very limited market. And of course they had their traditional like men's shaving stuff and good quality like shaving soaps and whatnot, and razors and all the tobacco stuff. And so from speaking to them, when I didn't see the new store, I left the country before they completed the move, but I imagine that it's going to be a very nice location now, with a big focus on being the traditional tobacconist that they're known for. And this is my Barber B Line pipe. It's an excellent pipe. It was a bargain. So so yeah, I'm going to do a GAW, and I got to do some research and find out what goes on when you do a giveaway and how you decide, and all of that stuff. And also I got to decide what to give away. I could I might give this away, to be honest. At this place, Jerry's, that I was at the other day, they have this old tin of 2010. I think it's like luxury reserve, or let me see, special reserve Peterson tobacco. And you can see how long it had been sitting there because of the old label on it. And the tin wasn't sealed, so I was reluctant to get it, but the guy that worked there, Alan, was very cool, and you know, I had a look and it like seemed fresh, and it is. And so I opened it. I had like half a bowl of this tobacco. I didn't really let it dry. It's an aromatic. It smells like a good quality aromatic. It's not my style of tobacco, and there's a lot in this tin. It's a 2010 vintage. I think it'd really be nice for someone that would appreciate it more than me, to be honest. So so I got two things with this. I could either do a trade if someone's interested in that tobacco, or I'll include it in my GAW, my giveaway, which I think it's like 2 years, about 2 years since I posted my first video. And I'll get a little bit serious in my next video and tell you what brought me back, or what influenced me to like start posting pipe smoking videos. And it wasn't just because I was in England and felt nostalgic, and was literally living in Otley, which is, you know, famous for the J Barber store, where I got this pipe. Anyway, and oh, as it's at night, I figured I'd have a little bit of red wine, and I was trying this label I really liked. I know you shouldn't buy wine based on the label, and it's the Fabulist. It's from 2017, and it's their Cabernet. Now, I used to drink a fair bit of wine, and I like a Cabernet that's dry. That, although I'm being a vegetarian at the moment, a Cabernet that pairs well with a good steak, you know, so it's kind of too dry almost to sip on. And this is the opposite end of the spectrum. This is very sweet. It's too sweet for me. But with pipe tobacco, it makes it taste more dry. So actually it's a good pairing. Anyway, I'm going to adopt some of the terms you guys use. More choo-chin, less talking, right? Choo-chin. So yeah, some more about the GAW. I don't know what I'll put in there. I might put in that Peterson tobacco, maybe not. I'm actually inclined now, off the top of my head, as I suggested, trading it. If someone's interested in a trade, let's do a trade on that. It's been well taken care of, and it was in the back. It was in the back office humidor. So, and if no one's interested in the trade, I might put it in the GAW. So now you might know a little bit of what you're getting. But as that's the case, I'll have to include something else also. So so that's where we're at. This is an 11-minute video of me rambling, and I'm probably not going to cut it down. So thanks for the new subs. I'll give a couple of shout outs. Let me see here if I can find them. Shout out to Newton Piper. We are new subscribers of each other's channels, and you left me a couple of comments, and you've got that cool music studio that you're building out slash man cave. It's pretty cool, to be honest. Colorado Pipe Smoker, how are you doing? Nice to meet you. And of course Smurfinelli, whose name and little icon there looks familiar, so I know I've seen you in the past. And thanks for your recent comments. Cobbett of the Shire, you gave me a comment also. Piper Dave, the Bayou Guru, we chatted when I first started posting a few times, and I hope you are doing well, and I hope your neck's doing okay. And it looks like you're making some really sweet pipes, and possibly still are, so that is very cool. I'm a bit handy with tools. I don't have any, but at some point I would like to craft my own pipe or two, to be honest with you. So The Artful Codger, I watched your video also, where you had the other chap on that was visiting you. Oh man, can't remember the name, sorry, but I can only look so much stuff up on here. And of course Richard Spruge, I've ruined your name, I'm terribly sorry if you see this, out in the Netherlands. It's always nice to read a comment from you, buddy. Anyway, hope everyone is doing well. Peace, love and harmony, and happy Chuchin. It's gone out again. Swan Vestas. I don't have Swan Vestas. Or these would light every time, to be honest, wouldn't they? The weird Masonic symbolism that Smurfinelli was telling us about. What were you saying about Swan Vestas? Scroll down. I'm not finding it. Oh no, what a shame. What a shame. Shame. Let's have a quick look. I want to find that. Because if I did a video way back a while ago, and I was like, I was looking at these Swan Vestas, I was like, my pipe. And there's like this icon on the back of the pack that is like a child on fire or something, right? And I'm like, and they've got a weird logo, and I'm like, what is the history of this? It's a little bit suspect, isn't it? And I watch the occasional YouTube video on conspiracy theories like anyone else in the Truther movement. Comments, let's have a quick look. Here we go. Okay. The fire swan is a symbol of the Masonic phoenix, according to Smurfinelli. And he thought that I was going to point out the logo in the thumbnail, and something to do with Hebrew 666. So yeah, interesting, Swan Vestas. You might want to watch my old video on that. Episode 10, Swan Vestas. That was when I was kind of doing cool editing. So until next time, happy Chuchin, and catch you later.